So, good evening. We are back again for yet another stream. This time we've got a new guest, and I think you're going to like this guy. I can't lie. I had a stinker and hooked. I quit the Fulham game watch along with about 3 minutes to go, 1-0 Brentford. Went for a shower, come back, and it was 2-1 Fulham. So, yeah, there we go. But we have a new guest. Anyone mugs this guest off, you're banned. I don't care how long you've been here. Be respectful if you disagree with what he says. If you're not respectful, you're gone. I don't care how long you've been here, whether you've been here from day one or not. You know how we roll on this channel, guys. If you disagree, it is what it is, but be nice with it. Obviously, you know Matty, but we have a new guest, Arsenal fan 50 years, DJ B. Welcome to the channel, my friend. I heard you on Matty's channel today and you were just spitting facts. I was like, I got to get this guy on.
Welcome, guys. Welcome to everyone. Just say it as it is. You know, I'm not out to upset anyone or anything. It's my own personal opinions. It's what I see going to the games. It's what I've seen over the years. And it's just my factual opinions on the situation, you know. And it's not looking good, guys. And the reason why I came on Matty's channel today was because I had to get it off my chest. This has been hanging over me for weeks, and I just had to get it off my chest. I could not any longer hold it in. And with Edu going, I'm actually over the moon. I looked through the signings he's made since he's been at this club, and it is unbelievable. I mean, I grew up watching, most of you probably won't know, but I grew up watching the likes of Liam Brady's,
Baller.
Graham Ricks's.
That was my first game, by the way. Graham Ricks's testimonial, 91.
Exactly. You know, I grew up with watching proper Arsenal players at this club, and the signings Edu has made would not get in any of that team from years ago. I'm talking about your Tavares. I'm talking about your Sambi Lokongas. I'm talking about your Pablo Maris, Mavropanoses. You know, the list goes on and on and on. I mean, look at these signings that they've made at the club, and this is the reason why we left Highbury to go and watch players of this standard in the new stadium. This is why we went there, to watch these players and bomb out players that don't agree with the current regime, like Guendouzi. You tell me, is Mourinho a step up from Guendouzi when he was at the club?
Marino's trash. He's trash.
So where are we going to improve? I know I'm going back, but what I'm trying to say is the circle is being joint together. We are no better off now than what we were when we moved into the Emirates Stadium.
Yeah, mate, listen, I'll make you right. And that was the thing that when you was on Matty's channel, I heard you say that, and I was like, my ears were pricked up. I was like, right, I've got to turn this guy up. Yeah, I've got to turn the volume up on my phone. Yeah, I was pottering around the house, like just cleaning up a little bit. Yeah, washing machine was going full whack. I was like, yo, this guy, man. I was like, how comes we never seen you on channels? Well, I was like, this guy is talking my fucking shit right now. But I want to take it back. Yeah, and Matty, bless up for coming through as well. I know you've done a mad amount of shift today. Yeah, for 3 hours earlier. You did 3 hours yesterday. It's funny because he did 3 hours yesterday, 3 hours, 12 minutes about the dossier of doom or disaster or whatever, about Edu. And I text him. I said, this morning, I said, yo, Matt, you know Edu's gone. And he was like, he did the Patrick Truman off EastEnders. He was like, what? Yeah, and he's gone. He must have watched your video. But let's take this back. Let's take this back, DJ, yeah? Right, let's take this back. Obviously, you said you've been going for, what, 50 years?
Yeah, I've been going for
Arsenal, or supporting Arsenal 50 years, yeah?
Yeah.
So do you still go now?
Yeah, I still go on and off now, yeah. Joint season ticket holder with my two boys. I've got my two sons. I'm deep-rooted. I mean, my granddad, my family worked at the Arsenal years ago. My granddad was a programme seller. I had uncles who used to work on the turnstile. I had an uncle that used to have trials at Arsenal. Yeah, I went to school and played in the same district team as Tony Adams.
Flipping hell.
I played for Barking and Dagenham district, and Tony Adams was my captain. He went to the school down the road in the same borough. So I know Tony from years ago. Yeah. Steve Potts, that was at West Ham, legend midfield, played alongside him. You know, I've played at a good standard semi-pro. I got crushed on a knee. I was at Orient for a while, semi-professional, and just going through the motions. And I got a bad knee injury, and that was back then. The clubs didn't want to invest the money in young potentials. But with Arsenal, everywhere, home and away. Seen the good days. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I've seen some rough times. You know, we've had some rough times. But one thing that always stood out, there was always togetherness. You know, you got the basics right. I don't remember a manager in the past looking at things and thinking to myself, well, hang on a minute, we need to strengthen here, we need to strengthen there, and don't do it. I just can't get how we were 2 points behind Manchester City and we had the summer window and we go, do you know what? Let's go and sign a midfield player and a defender. Everton's going to score us 25 goals this season, isn't he? Where's the thinking? I can't get my head around it. I just can't get my head around it.
But let me ask you this here. Like, obviously, you've been going for years and years. Yeah, I'm surprised I've never crossed paths with you because I was like, I don't know if you did all the aways like Emery season and last few years of Wenger. Yeah, because I used to go. Like, do you know Barry with a wooden leg?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he used to be the carpenter, right?
Yeah.
So his granddaughter, I was with his granddaughter for a while. That was like Invincible era and that. Yeah. So I was going Invincible era because I was going in as the carer and that. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm saying, big up Jezza as well for joining, man. I wanted to bring Jez on as well, man, because you two are hitting it off like a house on fire.
Oh, Jez, yeah, my man.
I'm so glad you did that, Lee, because in my head, I was just thinking, please, I would love for Jez to come on. So Grace is great, man.
No, bless up you, Matty, because if I hadn't looked at your channel earlier, this wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's always nice to hear people that have actually lived it, breathed it, seen proper Arsenal, because these social media apps are infested with kids that just want to get the most traction on their posts rather than actually studying our great club. And that's what winds me up.
That's what I said on Matty's channel earlier. It's all about, just want to get it out there for their own channel. The trouble is with a lot of the supporters nowadays is that Arsenal Football Club finishing top 4 to them that's it. Brilliant. Top 4. That's all they've been programmed into. And that has now manifest through the club. Because the club are thinking, well, it's okay. Our fans will be happy with top 4. We ain't really got to push the boat out. We ain't really got a challenge. We ain't got to sign this one. We haven't got to overspend on this player because our fans are going to be happy with top 4.
Yeah.
I'm nowhere near top. I'm nowhere near happy with top 4. I don't want top 4. I want trophies. People bin the FA Cups and the Carabao Cups. I'm telling you now, I'll win. I want the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, and the Premiership. I want to do what City was doing. That's why we went to a bigger stadium. I just can't get the mentality of it all. I really can't get. And we are miles off. I had someone say to me the other day, what would you rather do, win the Premiership or the Champions League? And I thought about it and I thought, well, I've seen us win Premierships and titles. I want to win the Champions League. Now, this club going into this season not only didn't think about how can we challenge for the Premiership, who can we sign, who do we need? They completely ignored that they're in the Champions League and we've never won it. They're not even thinking about that.
Nope, top 4.
50 years, I've never seen us win anything in Europe that's major. Apart from when I think it's Palmer, wasn't it? When we Winners' Cup.
Fairs Cup as well, yeah. Other than that, fuck all.
Other than that, nothing. I mean, so this club is not even motivated for winning the Champions League. And it can be done. We've seen teams in finals that should never be there. We've seen, the likes of teams winning Champions Leagues. And, it's just unbelievable. I mean, where was their mentality this season to turn around and go, do you know what? Let's really go for it. Let's worry about the Premiership, obviously. But hang on a minute, we're in the Champions League as well. Let's go and spend some. Let's go and spend some money. Let's go and get a striker. Let's go and bid for Ivan Toney. Let's go and get Gyökeres. Let's go and get Osimhen or anyone. But no, we'll play with a false number 9 that's never going to score over 20 goals. We've got no. Who is our prolific? Who is our prolific goal scorer in midfield? Who's our sort of Frank Lampard in midfield?
We ain't got one.
Who is it?
Nowhere to be seen.
Who is it?
Got one. We ain't had one since. Well, I wouldn't even say Mesut Ozil because he weren't prolific either.
Nope.
Like we ain't had one since Ramsey.
Yeah. So there's no exactly. You're going back as
and
far
even
as
Ramsey weren't that prolific. The season he was prolific, he broke his leg.
No. So you're going back as far as Ramsey. Any midfield player that looks like they're going to notch up, sort of, on a consistent basis, goals. Probably Cesc Fabregas, someone like that of that ilk. But apart from that, so where's the goals coming from? Because I can't see it. Our goal difference is +6. 10 games, Arsenal Football Club, and our goal difference is I believe it's +6, isn't it?
Plus.
How many goals we actually?
Yeah, +6.
+6.
Mm.
There you go.
To put that into perspective, Nottingham Forest have got +7.
And we're batting on 2 major fronts, Champions League and the Premiership.
With a squad that's gone backwards in terms of size, because we've registered 22 players. Last year it was 25. We got the weakest squad that was registered body-wise than any club in the Premier League.
It's not only that, Lee. It's not only gone backwards. There's players there that he's not improving. Martinelli's unrecognisable.
Mm-hmm.
Martinelli, our assets was millions. Martinelli, 2 years ago, you probably could have sold him for a good chunk of money because he was the next best thing. Everyone was creaming over him. Oh, Martinelli, yeah. All the pundits, oh, yeah, they've got Martinelli and he's a danger to everyone. He's gone backwards. He's unrecognisable. Trossard, in and out. Not improved Trossard at all.
Mm.
Saka does the same thing. Saka's always going to be probably okay because Saka's got a natural ability. But look at Nwaneri now. Look what he will do to him. He will end up like Smith Rowe.
Facts. Do you know what? It sounds like I'm listening to myself when you're talking. This is fucking amazing. That's why I shut up. Yeah, this is amazing, bro. I can't lie.
Nwaneri will end up like Smith Rowe. I'm telling you now, Nwaneri will get bombed out. He won't get played. He'll come on certain games, trying to make a difference. Everything will be, he'll either be like Saka or he'll get bombed out and he'll end up like Smith Rowe and players like that. That's that's the way Nwaneri's going. Saliba, we are going to have a major problem either in January or in the summer. Because of the lack of trophies and because of all what's going on, Saliba's going to be out the door. Gabriel's going to be out the door. We're going to be looking at 4 players probably going out. If heads are not turned in January, definitely in the summer. And do you trust this manager and the next guy they get in, because they'll probably promote within with no experience to save money. So they'll mess that up, right? Can you see this manager and who they employ to replace the other clown they got rid of, to replace the likes of Saliba, Gabriel, and people like that?
I personally think Mertesacker is going to get the job. Because he's already part of the transfer committee anyway. But Jez, let me bring you in this before I get Matty's opinions here. Jez, thanks for coming through, man, so quickly as well. I sent you a link and literally 30 seconds, bang, you're there. Yeah, after doing nearly 2.5 hours earlier as well. So I appreciate it, man. But what do you make of all of this? Because DJ's spitting facts, bro. And he sounds like us. And that was why I was so wow. Yeah, I was so lucky I tuned into Matt's stream earlier. Yeah, because it's we've been sat in this little bubble of our own, thinking we're the only people that think like this. Yeah, but then you're seeing more and more people waking up to this crap. And like I said backstage, and Jez, you know this, my mate Jay, his old man's been going 53 years. Yeah, he's had enough. He ain't even asked to go this year. He's just giving the tickets to Jay every year, every game. He's going, yeah, I'll transfer it to you, mate. You go. Can't be bothered. He's had enough. He said it's literally, a fucking tourist trap. No atmosphere, nothing.
Yeah, facts, man. And it's DJB. It's great to meet you, man.
Cheers, Jez. And you, mate.
You know, look, what you're saying is absolute facts. It's almost like I'm listening to myself, to be honest. I've been saying this for so long, and at last, I mean, this is no disrespect to Lee, no disrespect to Matty. At long last, I've got another old school guy.
I tell you, man on phone, I said, Jed's
gonna love this guy. He said to me on the phone.
What we need, Jez, is them t-shirts. Old gets raw.
Yeah, you do. Because at least, mate, respect is what I give you. Because I get called everything. Yeah. This whole
I probably will now. Cheers, Lee.
Well, my chat are loving you off. Yeah, it's just the other people that are not in this chat that are the problem. This chat's fine.
The fact is, mate, the fact remains, you're sitting there speaking the truth, the real Arsenal, right?
Yeah, from the heart.
At last, I found a friend on YouTube. My age.
Yeah, I mean, listen, as I said, I'm not here to to bum myself up and make audiences and stuff like that. I'm here just as a normal Arsenal fan that's been going for years, that go with my sons that are also passionate Arsenal fans, and I've just had enough of what I'm seeing. I've really had enough of what I'm seeing. And you know what? I even called it last season, even when we was getting some good results and some of the football we was playing, it was okay. And it was, it was good. And we had some good results. And I'm thinking, I still can't see us winning this league title.
Nope.
And when we lost it, it was just no surprise.
No. We called it, mate. We called it.
It was just no surprise.
Mate, you stood there, right? I watched you on Matty's earlier, right? I didn't get all of it because I was sort of doing stuff, but I was in and out, and I was listening, right? You said everything.
Yeah.
I've said for years and years and bloody years.
Yeah.
This club has shot themselves in the effing foot.
Yeah.
What we're doing now. You stood there on the terrace, in the good days and the bad days, back in the 70s, right? Back in the 80s, in the 90s, when we had good players. We did have very good players. Yeah, I heard you mention the likes of the players that I talk about. And we are miles off that now. We're nowhere near the same level. Yeah, we have to put up with people telling it, ramming it down your throat, my throat, all our throats. Yeah. Well, don't be upset because we go again. Or, it's a learning curve. No, mate. No, it ain't a learning effing curve.
And you know what?
We never had learning curves, DJB. We never had that. We fucking went for people by the throat.
Exactly. And we had leaders on the pitch that went in the dressing room and said, hang on a minute, we're not playing like that. We're not doing that. I'm pulling you in. We're playing like this. We're doing this. We're doing that. Tony Adams, Patrick Vieira. I can go on and on and on and on. We had captains that would go, no. And when the going was tough, they pulled them in. They kicked them up the backside and they got a job done. Let me ask you a question, Jez and Matty and everyone else. Would Arteta do what George Graham did at Anfield that night? Would he have the nous to be able to do that with that team? Think of that team. Martin Hayes. Look at the team he went to Anfield with.
Yeah, Kevin Richardson.
Yeah.
Would Arteta be able?
Lucas.
I'd even challenge Pep to even pull it out of the bag with that team.
No chance.
No way.
For a million years, mate.
Probably would have lost by 3 goals.
I'll rest my case. Yeah.
Good chance.
Okay.
Mate, when we were 2-0 up at Anfield, in that season we bottled it 8 points, right? As soon as that second goal went in, I sat here and I said, get Zinchenko off the pitch and get Tierney straight on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said we're 2-0 up. Get that fucking liability at left back,
Yeah.
who ain't the left back. He's a number 10 at left back.
Yeah.
Get him off the pitch.
Lee,
Soon as
this
we
se-
concede the equaliser, he brings Tierney on for Zinchenko. I'm like, this
Yeah.
guy's a fraud.
Lee, this season when we were 2-1 up against Liverpool, okay, we pretty much were the better team in the first half. We comes out second half unrecognisable.
How many times has he done that? Aston Villa last season at home, Martin Odegaard, best game he's probably ever played for us in the first half. Unai Emery twisted it up a little bit second half, didn't see him again, we lose 2-0. Yeah, Bayern Munich at home. Odegaard again, first half. Same with the away game in Bayern. Odegaard was great in them 3 first halves. Soon as they tactically tweaked it, we fell off a cliff. Yeah, and this is the point. It looks great when you're going and slapping West Ham, Sheffield United, Burnley. Yeah, and we're sitting there with our feet up and cigars out going, whoa, this is like watching the Invincibles. When it really matters, that last 10% when it really matters, we fold every time.
And do you know the frightening thing? It ain't even bonfire night and our season's over. Sod Christmas. Christmas. We've not even got the Christmas decorations up yet. We've not even lit a firework and the season's over.
It's mad.
So
there'll be people watching this going, oh, look, another negative old man on the channel.
Oh yeah. But let me tell you about another thing as well, right? I mean, if we are not careful, we are going to plummet so low because Man United, like every team, are going to have a bounce when this new manager comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Matty. And their next fixtures, Man United, is Ipswich, Southampton, and Everton with the new manager before they play us at the Emirates on the 4th of December. If they bag 9 points there, they're going to the Emirates on a 4-game win. Yeah. Again, they will be up for it, flying. And when the pressure's on, we'll see what this manager does again.
And like we've seen before, when the pressure was on, when we were bottling top 4 to Conte, and this is what pisses me off. Yeah, we're watching literally, like people are comparing this guy to Jose because of the football. Jose's first 5 seasons in football management, he done a title, a treble, cups, and was en route to doing the Invincibles with a 15-goal conceded season. Yeah. Well, how the fuck this guy's compared to whoever his agent is crazy, mate. His agent must be the most connected person in football, Arteta, because I've never seen PI like it, mate.
I can't listen to people knocking managers that have been there, done it. I mean, Jose Mourinho, whether you like him or love him, you cannot hide the fact what he's done. And it's just incredible. But as I said earlier on, we had opportunities to get the top man at Arsenal. You know, we didn't even bother going for Klopp before he went to Liverpool when we've got found out that Wenger was on his way and everything else. Yeah. We missed out on so many opportunities to have a top manager with some pedigree at this club. Didn't want to know. And what we've done is, as I said, we've given it to someone that's learning their trade, who's a supply teacher that may, you know, but no, it's out of his depth. He's out of his depth, and I said it from day one. He's completely out of his depth, and it's so sad to see. And then the other clown Edu with all these, you know, the signings and them liaising with one another. I mean, you know, it's crazy. Everyone that sits around me, as soon as they see that team sheet and they see Thomas Partey at right back, they go, "Oh, there we go."
Well, but we're led to believe that the atmosphere in the stadium's insane. Yeah, and we're the only negative force in the fan base. Because online it's amazing. The journalists are bigging everything up. Oh, the club's amazing.
It's full of tourists and people that buy the merch.
Thank you. Yeah, I've said this before to Kenny. Yeah, the shop queue is a joke, isn't it? It's a joke.
The queue's out the door. Shop has got more. Honestly, he's more busier than them people on the pitch.
I've said this to Kenny before. Yeah. I've said, Kenny, stop going. He can't stop going. He's born and bred in the area. He wants to go. He loves it. I can't stop doing it.
I can't do it.
But I guarantee you don't buy the merch. I guarantee you don't buy a drink in the stadium. You just scan your ticket. You go and sit down. You watch the fucking scene. You support the scene while you're there. They don't want you there. They don't want Kenny there.
With all this merch and I mean, how many fucking football kits and tops and training tops do you want in a season?
Exactly.
I mean, come on. As I said, you go in before the game. The shop is mullered, you know, There's tourists everywhere. There's young kids everywhere. Oh, you know, Arteta this, and you know, we won the league at this. We won the, you know, what's the song? We won the league at White Hart Lane. We won. Yeah, you know, they're singing it, and I'm thinking, but you weren't even around when we done that.
No,
You ain't got a clue.
no.
You're singing where we won the league. You weren't even there. You weren't
And
around.
then the flip side of that is when you call it out and say, I want to win another league, you're negative because we're in a process.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it makes no sense, does it? They're singing about when we won titles, but they didn't see them, which is cool. Yeah, but at the same time, when you want more titles, you're negative.
Yeah, but hang about here, right? You hit the nail right on the head on that one little comment there. Oh, when Arsenal won the league down the lane, right? Yeah, they're singing about it. They weren't even fucking bold. Last season, they're supporting Tottenham to beat Man City. What the fuck are you on? What are you on, man? Sorry for swearing. Sorry for swearing.
Swear as much as you want, Jez. I don't care, man. I'm just enjoying this conversation.
You cannot make it up. Yeah,
you can't.
DJ, would you fucking support that song?
No, I can't. No. No.
You weren't supporting Tottenham on the 14th.
No,
you'd rather not win the league, innit?
Leave off. I couldn't support Tottenham. I'd never support Tottenham. I couldn't do it.
See, people think we crazy. They thought we was crazy. I told you, I said any true Arsenal fan don't give a damn what Tottenham do that day. If just to the hell with it.
I fought for this club. I was, you know, you was back in the 80s. You were fighting on the trains and in the services and blah 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 blah. Yeah, you were going to war with these people. You can't support them.
I hope everyone's listening. There's 1,000 people watching this here. Smash the likes up first and foremost. He hasn't got a channel, guys. I know a lot of you have asked. He hasn't got a channel. Jez has got a channel. Matty has. They're both in the title. So click on them.
I wouldn't have a clue how to set up a channel. This was.
I don't worry. If you want one, I'll help you. You'll get dogs abuse, mate. Trust me.
Do you know what? Like, honestly, I couldn't support Tottenham. Listen, we should have had that sewn up before the Spurs game.
Told you, Lee.
Yeah, back Fulham, West Ham.
We didn't. We should not have been relying on. We shouldn't have been relying on that lot down the road to beat Man City. No. That was our own doing. We should have had it sewn up way before then.
Yeah,
DJ, that's a sackable offense in itself. To rely on Spurs to do the dirty work for you, yeah, you need to be sacked for that, bro. We even put it in that kind of situation.
Matty, I'm going back even further than that. It was a sackable offence when we played Fulham at home. And he trialled out with Partey at right back when he first went right back, and there was no reason for him to play at right back. He just thought he was being clever. And we dropped points there of when we played Fulham at home. That's what, you know, Fulham at home, Aston Villa, West Ham at home.
Yeah. Tottenham at home, 2-1 up. Jorginho, fucking the controlling midfielder, gives the ball to Maddison, 2-2.
Spurs, Fulham away, over, you know. What was that? What performance was that? So
Newcastle away, 0 shots on target.
I got one for you. What about Brentford on the first day of the season?
Exactly. Going back on the 8-point season, we're 3-1 down at home to fucking Southampton. Yeah, and Zinchenko's doing team huddles. So he should have been sacked after getting beaten by Unai Emery with Villarreal. Let's just be real with it. Yeah. He should have been potted then. So and Unai Emery's a class guy and just walked off the pitch. If that was me, I would have been doing a Jose.
Oh, yeah.
Giving it all to that one. Yeah, I would have gone, fuck you, you sacked me. Yeah, I just dunked on your manager.
Yeah. But look at the thing is, right, so we mess up there. And then you get all these so-called Arsenal fans supporting Spurs against Man City. Yeah. It was done. We didn't need to support Spurs. We should have done it before the game. And then in that way, there wouldn't have been a problem. It was in our hands. People say, it weren't in our hands. It was in our hands. And this season, we've got a Man City team that's not firing, really. You've got a Liverpool team with a manager where they don't quite know where it's going to go. At the moment, he's on a high because he's a new manager. He ain't had to change much. Yeah. So Man United are in the mud. Chelsea are just happy just to get their season kind of back on track. Their ambitions this season is just to get stability and get back in the top 4. So we would never have had a better opportunity this season to win the league. More than last season. More so than last season. And what did they do in the summer with the transfer window? They go and sign an average midfield player. They go and sign an average defender. And they rely on a false number 9, Kai Havertz, to score all the goals.
Let me ask you this before I read. In fact, let me read this out very quickly from an outside point of view. And big up to over 1,000 people in here. Yeah? Everyone in this chat's loving you, by the way. Yeah, because this chat's a real chat. None of this AFTV bullshit. Yeah. So no, real talk. Yeah, we say it as it is on here, and this is why we get so much abuse, because this club has been infested. Yeah, beyond belief. But I'm gonna read this. And I want to ask you a couple of questions quickly, and then I'll get Jez and Matty to come in. From an outside point of view, it is the board, not the manager, that's done the wrong thing here. Big up for 104. We're nearly on 105. So if you can get subbing, I'm about 20 away. That'd be great. Sub to Jez, sub to Matty. Great channel. And the job is doing, big up to the guests as well. Big up to you, Dal. Love always, my guy. But let me ask you this as well, yeah, DJ, yeah? Before, and then obviously you guys can go as well. I need to go piss. When Unai Emery got the job, yeah, obviously, I don't know. I'm assuming you were Wenger out, yeah? I don't know. Yeah, I'm assuming it was just got to that point.
I wasn't as harsh on the Wenger out. His time had come. The road had been travelled on, and it was his time. You know, I'm sorry, what Wenger done to this club is unbelievable in my book. You know, one of the best managers we've had at the club, without a doubt. He brought brilliant success to the club. He had a beautiful team that he ascended with the Overmars and the Henrys and all of that. Unbelievable. So he needed to go, but I wasn't like, I can get rid of him. He's got to go. He's toxic, blah, 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 blah. His time had come. Yeah. And that. When Unai Emery come in, I thought, this guy's going to need time. This guy is going to need a bit of time. We're going to have to be patient. We're going to have to get his language barrier across. We're going to have to give him time. We can't ridicule him. But the bottom line is this guy eventually will get it right and he knows what he's doing. And with as I said to you before, if Unai Emery had the pound notes and the money that this guy would have had, we would not be having this conversation over and over and over again. If he's done that to Aston Villa with their budget, what would he have done? He would have been in place, what, 10 years now, 9 years? If he was still at the club?
2000, no, he would have been here 6 years. 5, well, going into 6 years.
He would have been going into his 6th year.
So yeah, 6.
Yeah.
When did he get the job? 19.
Yeah.
So can you
imagine? Yeah, it would have been his 6th season.
Okay.
Like 5th, 6th season.
On white. So can you imagine what that guy would have done in that time with the money that Arteta's had to spend? So
obviously, you go to games, yeah. You know what it was like. I was going back then as well. Right, I was in North Bank Lower. Yeah, I was Block 10 at the time. Yeah, they never backed him, innit? Yeah, Unai Emery. They never backed him. The atmosphere in that stadium was so disgusting because all the people that wanted to keep Arsene Wenger were never backing that guy.
You know what? It was near on abuse. That guy, that manager, I respect him 100% because he could easily go every time he plays Arsenal with Aston Villa. He could easily be giving it all this and everything else because we would deserve that as a fan, some of the fan base, because he took abuse. It was abusive and it was wrong
from day one.
From day one.
Yeah, I remember the first game against City. And he got handed a hard first 2 games. Man City at home, reigning champions.
Yeah,
just on the Centurions. Yeah, I think it was Centurions. Then Chelsea away, and we lost 3-2. Yeah, I think Alonso dinked the keeper. Yeah, and it was like first 2 games. He's now straight away. All the people that wanted Wenger to stay are like, "Fuck you, you wankers!" To people like me that wanted Wenger gone, and I was verbal with it. Yeah. You see him, you see it. People punching each other up in the stadium. Wenger in, Wenger out every single week, home and away. Yeah, and then he loses his first 2 games, and then after that he goes on a run of about 20 odd games unbeaten. And I remember the West Ham game. I think Snodgrass went clean through right on half time, and they should have gone 2-0 up, and Czech saved it. And then we came out and won the game in the second half. Yeah, and people in the fucking North Bank, they were like, "Nah, this guy's shit. This guy's shit. He'll never amount to no." But they were the ones that were so adamant Arsene should have stayed. These are now the same people that want Arteta to stay. The Arsenals, the majority of them, want Arteta to stay because they see something with this guy because he was the captain that ended the trophy drought with Arsene.
He looks good though, Lee, doesn't he?
Yeah, he looks like a fucking. He looks like a Thunderbird puppet.
He looks good. With Arsenal now. It's become image. It's become image. That's why Kieran Tierney got bombed out because he used to turn up for matches and training with a Tesco's bag and his football boots in it. He was a normal guy wanting to play football. You know, he didn't fit the PR.
He'd get back in our teams back in the day.
But I tell you now, how about this? Right? We've got Milan this Wednesday. Okay,
1 minute, guys. Go on.
Yeah, right? Yeah. We've got Milan this Wednesday, guys. Okay. Who would you rather go into the game with? Unai Emery's nous in Europe or Arteta?
I'm taking Emery all day.
Emery all day. He's a proven winner, mate. He's been there. He's seen it. He's done it. You know what I'm telling you?
Look what he's doing. Look what he's doing. Look what he's done with Villa in Europe, and yet, you know, I just.
We played the same team that we played the same team that he played last year. You know, we played Bayern Munich. So what did he do against Bayern Munich? You know, he goes and beats Bayern Munich.
Yeah,
we didn't beat Bayern Munich. Look at the team. Just look at the difference in the team he had, and they beat Bayern Munich. Was able to be defensively resolute, get out of there with a win, and then we play them twice and still can't get a win.
No, it's just beyond, isn't it? And I can't honestly, and I'm fearful. I'm fearful going into the game against Milan. Every single game now. Jez will know this. Years ago, you know, you'd look at the fixtures and you'd go, "Oh, we'll beat them."
Yeah,
we'll beat them. We ain't losing against them. Oh, that'd be a tough one, but we'll beat them. And you could actually pinpoint the games that we were going to win.
Yeah,
the old team, even the Invincibles and teams like that with the Vieiras and all that. Many professionals now would say to you, the game was won in the tunnel before they even come out.
Yes.
Because they used to look at that team and they used to go, whoa, hang on a minute. There's no fear factor now. There's nothing.
No fear factor anymore. I mean, you made a comment on Matty's channel, I think, earlier. I heard you say, right? We I mean, let's be honest, mate. We didn't have a great team in the 70s. We were very in and out. I mean, 70, 71, we had double, 69, we won our first European trophy and all that. And then we had 2 League Cups on the bounce, lost them both.
Yeah.
And then 72, another cup final, lost the Leeds. Yeah, but the difference is we had proper fucking footballers. Look at, and as you just said, you'd look at that. You'd look at the fixtures, start the season, right? When you got your season ticket, right? Yeah, you got your little voucher book, yeah, and you'd get the fixtures. You go, yeah, fancy that. Well, that might be a tricky one. And as soon as you ever saw Liverpool back in the 80s, you go, oh fucking hell, Liverpool, yeah, you're not here there about, yeah, and then you go through, yeah. Of course, at that time, you didn't know what, if we were in Europe, you didn't know what the fixtures were, right? As you just said, how many times, as you just said, at Highbury, you see that tight little tunnel, players coming out, yeah, and there'd be a little bit of jostling coming down the steps, right? It was a tight little thing, and you knew those players were going to come and have a fight.
Yeah.
The Arsenal were going to come out and have a fight.
Yeah.
I don't mean, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And you can see it standing on the
leaders,
terrace.
Jez.
Sorry?
There was leaders.
Yeah.
We haven't got a leader.
We haven't got leaders, man. It's a shit show. You know, you used to stand. I don't know what part of the ground were you at Highbury? At North Bank?
North Bank, yeah.
Yeah, it was the same as me, right? When you were stood there on that terrace back in the day, right, and you'd be looking like, you know, looking to see what's coming out, going on, and all that, and you see the players were giving it, like, you could see the attitude of them, winners.
Yeah,
they were fucking winners.
but that's the foundations that Arsenal was built on. Arsenal was built on all these traditional foundations. Now it's just built on merchandise,
Yeah,
what it looks like,
Prawn
money.
sandwich, steak sandwiches.
Yeah,
you
no one's willing to push out the boat. This is gonna. I'm gonna be really upfront now, right? And people are gonna call me mad, and use even might call me mad. And
This chat
else,
sound,
right?
mate. Say
Right.
whatever
Now-
you want to say, mate. I don't
now-
care. Say whatever you want to say. I'm
I
enjoying listening
knew,
to you, mate.
right? Listen, he would have never have come to Arsenal, and he would never have played for Arsenal or anything. But just to show that we was a serious club, when Harry Kane left Tottenham, right, we should have put a bid in for him just to turn heads, just to see, just
What
to
did we
test
say,
the
mate? He
water.
put 150 on the table and say, leave him, reject
Just
that,
to
you
test
dickhead.
the water, just to put your toe in the water and just to test it. Get the Tottenham fans riled up. Oh, he ain't coming to Arsenal. What do you want to come to Arsenal? Sol Campbell, guys, remember? Yeah. All I'm saying to you is, why didn't we go 150 mil Harry Kane? Bosh.
Yep. Reject that, Levy. Reject that, you motherfucker.
Why didn't we bid for Haaland?
Christ.
Why didn't we bid for Haaland for what, 50, 60 mil?
We fucking funded it by buying them two scrubs from City.
We did, man.
We funded that and Alvarez. We paid for both of them.
You know? But what you'll
Bullshit.
get the fan base do is go, don't be silly. As if Harry Kane would come to Arsenal. Oh, how can we afford Haaland? Haaland is always going to go to City. Well, apparently Declan Rice was linked to City, but we ended up signing Declan Rice.
Lack of ambition. Lack of ambition.
We've done it twice to Tottenham, right? We nicked their goalkeeper, Pat Jennings. Right?
Yeah, I forgot.
We nicked him, right? One of the best goalkeepers we've ever seen at our club in our lifetime.
Was he called the Cat? Was it the Cat?
No, that was Peter Benetti at Chelsea.
Oh, that was Benetti. Sorry, my bad. Yeah. See,
and
I know these old school names. I know my football. I just didn't got the names mixed up.
Great goalkeeper. Like tonight, he was a great goalkeeper.
Oh.
And then we nicked Sol Campbell for fuck all.
Yeah,
right?
Nothing.
So you know what I mean? He can't make it up really. But
again, you know,
we haven't got right. And I've said this to you, Lee, Matty. I've said it for so long. We haven't got the knock on the door that we used to have when we had David Dean, Peter Hill-Wood. Now, I'm not going to say I'm a great fan because of what they did to us. They lied to us. They sold us down the fucking river, right? But in the day, right, at least they had the nous, right, to go out and get the players. Because when Arsenal went knocking on your door, right, they'd come and listen. You telling me, oh, I know he's leaving now, thank fuck, right? You telling me Arteta, right, knocks on the door.
Edu as well, yeah, Edu rocks up.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you want? And they go, well, we're interested in buying him. Fuck off, we ain't listening to you.
Mate, we bid fucking 20 million for a goalkeeper from Espanyol with a £30 million buyout clause. What the fuck is that all about?
I remember when Van Persie was cooking and we sold him for a bag of peanuts, didn't we? I mean,
24 mil to Man U. And Wenger even said, go on, mate, sorry. Go on.
No, so we rehabbed him. We rehabbed him, got him back up, because all those years he would get hurt, and then we rehabbed him, got him up firing, then he went to rolling, cooking, and next thing you know, he gone. He's
and then we gave him a fucking guard of honor.
Yeah.
This comes to disgrace. Me and Matty sat backstage the other night, like on a stream. We ended this night. I sent him a link and we sat backstage and we sit up for hours, 5-6 hours that night, just watching football around Europe. And we looked at the 2-2 against Man United. What year was that, Matty?
That was 0102.
0102. And look how fast the football was. Yeah, there was none of this taking. Matty, on the watch-alongs we do. We were timing how long it takes Declan Rice to take a corner at the weekend.
I forgot to bring it up.
What was his average? It was at least 40 seconds, wasn't it?
It was a minute.
Yeah, there you go. Over a minute to take a fucking corner. And then when I'm seeing people going, oh, well, the ball was only in play 22 minutes. Yeah, because Declan Rice wasting a fucking minute every corner.
They're frightened to take a short corner. That's gone now, the short corner. I don't see him.
Yeah, you don't even see that anymore. The short corner.
Where's the quick short corner? Where's that gone?
That happens against us. We don't do that. It happens against us.
Yeah, Grealish done it, didn't he? When they equalised and everything else.
Yeah, that happens against us.
And another thing, what got me the other season was when we were crying out for a defender and we had Saliba and everyone telling Arteta and everyone telling the club how good this kid is. Get him in, get him in, get him in. And we loaned him out. We had him on loan. We didn't bring him back. We loaned him out. There was one stage where we was going to sell him.
Yeah.
At one stage, we was going to sell this kid.
And he got lucky with Saliba because Saliba came back. Yeah. And Arsenal, Arteta fans will sit there and go, oh, he needed that. He needed that. He needed them loan spells. No, we brought him because he was deemed too good for that league.
Yeah.
Yeah. And at that time, we had Callum Chambers, Kolasinac playing centre-back, Mustafi, David Luiz. Yeah, like, fucking, come on, what are we doing here? Yeah. Who else did we had Granit Xhaka playing centre-back at times.
He played one time.
Yeah. Yeah, we had El Neni playing centre-back at times as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this guy weren't good enough. Like, do me a favour. Yeah, and then he fell on his feet because we brought Ben White, and I called him Ben Shite from day one because we lost to Nottingham Forest in the Cup. I said, this guy's shit. Then he got lucky because Saliba got in the team the following season, or that season, excuse me. Yeah, and he put Ben White at right back.
Yeah.
And Ben White at right back has been sound. I ain't got a problem with Ben White at right back. No. But then Saliba smashed it, yeah. And then Gabriel, I called him the Bozo gene. He's been our best defender since the Qatar World Cup. So he's got lucky with all three of them. Kieran Tierney to this day is still our best left back. And he's done 160
our only
million
natural
quid.
left back, Lee.
Yeah, he's done 160 M's on players to play left back, and they're not as good as him.
Exactly. Kieran Tierney, whether you like it or not, whether you rate him, whether you don't rate him, he's our only natural left back at the club.
Yep.
He is an old-fashioned, out-and-out left back. He defends as fullback better than Trent. Trent as a fullback, I know everyone wax lyricals over Trent, but he can't defend. Cannot defend. He can play a ball, he can hit a free kick, he hits a good pass, can't defend. It's pure and simple in my book. Yeah. Kieran Tierney is an out-and-out old-school defender. He's the only natural left back, and he's been bombed out. He's been thrown in the bin, and you'll have the same with Wanyeri. You've got the same with Emil Smith-Rowe. Didn't improve him, couldn't improve him, didn't have the nous to improve him. So what did he do? Bomb him out. Made out he was injured.
For cheap. He
Made
sold
out he
him
was
for
injured.
cheap.
Reece Nelson had prospects and had a talent. Didn't know how to get the best out of him. Wasn't prepared to put the hard yards and improve the player. Bombed him out. Martinelli on the slide. Can't get the best out of him. Don't know how to get the best out of him. The geezer can't even get his head up.
No.
He runs with his head down. Yeah? He can't even lift his head up. He's not improved whatsoever.
No, I wasn't going crazy.
Doesn't know how to improve players. And you know, it's just, look at Jesus. Has he improved him? Brought him to the club, made him what? He looks awful. Absolutely awful.
I reckon all four of us on here could do a better job than him.
He can't.
That's not even taking the piss. He always looks off balance.
I just need about a month of run and get my conditioning back, and I probably could do better than him.
Yeah, mate, you play to a decent level.
Yeah,
they play to a decent level. I reckon you could get your boots dusted off and you should do better.
Remember, I said, conditioning back, and I probably could do a better job.
As I said, the staff in that Arsenal shop selling all the merch is working harder than what they are on the pitch.
Yeah, you're right.
And I'm telling you now, I love Declan Rice. I think Declan Rice is an old school, and I think he's brilliant.
DJ,
even this season, he's not as effective as what he was last season. He's not even as good as he was at West Ham.
DJ,
what are we doing to this guy? What are we doing to this guy?
Playing him out of position constantly.
He's getting ready. I was getting ready to ask him. I said, "Well, DJ, do you think that this manager is getting ready to root out the worst because he suffers from the second year syndrome. Whoever comes in, they'll do okay the first year, and then after that, they hit this slide, and it's just hard to get off of. It's like with Declan Rice. Clearly, Declan Rice was tired coming from the Euros, and then he comes back, and now he's you know what, Lee? See, now that I thought about it, he looks like Saka did last year when Saka was out of gas, and you're still trying to just chug him along, trying to get something out of him. We don't have quality replacements, so he can sit down for a game or two. You got to throw him on, and then he's running around ragged like that miss on Saturday. That was point blank.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jazz could have put that in on Saturday.
That's a man lacking in confidence, Matty.
Yeah,
That's an exaggeration, mate. I was shit at football.
Well, you were better at refereeing, Jez.
See, and the thing is, guys, we'll watch the football match and we'll rip into the players. Oh, look at him! He ain't doing this, and he's fucking doing that, and he ain't doing this, and he ain't doing that. It's easy to get on the players' backs, which is fair enough. The players, when they cross that white line, they've got to do a job and everything else. But you can see they're not being coached efficiently and properly because there's too many players that are out of form, badly out of form.
Do you think the players actually give a shit though, or are they just happy to be there? Because a lot of them ain't good enough.
Do you see the turn coming?
Yeah,
manager. Do you see it? Do you see the turn on this manager coming anytime soon?
Can I?
Yeah, based on the stadium, like you go every week, yeah, pretty much. And if you don't, your sons go. So do you see that turn coming?
Well, everyone hopes so. Being an Arsenal fan, you.
Well, no. What I mean, DJ, is this: do you think the players will turn on this manager? Do you see that coming?
I'll tell you what's going to happen. If we end up with nothing this season, if we don't end up with silverware this season, I think the players will then start to get their heads turned. And once their heads are turned to go elsewhere, their heart will not be in that Emirates Stadium. When they cross that white line, they'll have their heads turned and their heart won't be in it. And that will be down to the manager. Yeah, Saliba will have his head turned. Gabriel will. Can you imagine in summer 2020-25 and you picking up or going on the channels or going on the Arsenal website and saying Saliba's going, Gabriel's going, Saka's going.
Sound like Man City when they rated us. See, a lot of our fans. See, that's another thing too, gentlemen. A lot of our fans, especially this current crop of fans, they didn't see when Man City came in and rated us every year. That was hurtful. You look up, Nasri gone, Sonia gone, Clichy, he gone over there.
Adebayor
over there. They just rated us. I mean, straight rated us like we were Ajax or something. Just take everything we got.
Sagna, Clichy, Adebayor, they took them all. And if they didn't, Barcelona did.
Yep.
Yeah, Kleb. Yeah, Son, Henry. They took them all. Cesc. Yeah, like, and this is the thing, yeah.
Sanchez. I mean, it's just it, and I can see it happening again, Matty and Jez. I can see this snowball effect happening again. As I said to you earlier, Matty, I can see the same things happening of what I saw year in, year out. And as I said to you before at the start of this stream, we've moved to the Emirates and we are no different now than when we first went through that door.
True.
We're no different. We're in no different position.
Nope. I honestly say to you, mate, I think we're worse. To be fair.
Yeah.
I think we're worse. I mean, I've never liked that stadium from day one, personally. You know, I think it's a soulless hole in the ground, and it's never been for me. I tried it for years and walked out in 2016, and as I said, that's it. I ain't coming back. But I suppose you have to look at it. Progress is progress, but progress, if it's positive, then that's good. I don't see any progress from what I'm seeing. Sorry, I don't see it. You know, we've gone downhill. We've gone backwards, and Yeah, I mean, I get people say to me, "Oh, Jez, you know, we had to move from Highbury." Yeah, I get that. I get that.
No, sorry to cut in, Jez. Yeah, sorry. I don't think we did, and I'll tell you why. Because we got sold a dream. Yeah, we won that league in 02, right? Yeah, we done a double. In 03, we won the FA Cup. In 04, yeah, we won Invincible. 05, we won the FA Cup. 06 Champions League final. 07, we moved into that stadium. If you go back before 02, yeah, we should have won. Well, with 98, we did a double. 99, we should have won the fucking league. Yeah. No, let's be real with it, right?
Yeah.
We got sold a dream based off of a Super League that was up and coming, right? Because they're all invested in the Super League from 30, 40 years ago. Yeah, we already knew that, right? They sold out at the right time and conned us. Yeah, and I'll never forget Sir Peter Illwood standing there, and you guys remember this, with his long raincoat. Yeah, standing there. We've got funding from fucking Royal Bank of Scotland and Barclays. Yeah, that was what, 2002, I think that was. Yeah, and we're going to move to Ashburton Grove to compete with the very best in Europe. We were competing money-wise. Yeah. Now tell me how many trophies Bayern Munich and Real Madrid have won since then. Yeah, we moved into that fucking stadium. It's been a shit show ever since. We moved there to compete financially to line all of their pockets. Why is Lord Harris of Peckham still at this club?
Yeah.
Like, why is he even a Lord of Peckham? Like, real talk, how did he get the Lord of Peckham gig?
Anyway, they're talking about thank you, Lord Harris.
Mate.
You saw that?
I haven't seen it. Turkish called him out as well. I ain't seen it. But how's he got the Lord gig? Yeah, not only that. Yeah, when you look at like Lady Bracewell Smith, yeah, you look at fucking the way that David Dean was frog marched out the training ground. Yeah, when you look at the way that Usmanov, yeah, who was it? Who was it that fucking did it? Red Action, was it? Was it Red Action? Love Arsenal, hate Usmanov and that.
Yeah, Red Action.
Yeah, fair enough. He fucked Everton up. I wouldn't say he was going to fuck Arsenal up. Yeah, because this guy that we've got now don't give a shit. And Matty, you're American, yeah? He runs multiple other clubs in America, yeah? They've all won shit recently, innit?
Yep.
Yeah? Yep. Different standards. Yeah, this is a cash cow for this guy because he knows that we got the dumbest fans in the world other than Spurs. Yeah, and we'll just lap up anything. And the best thing that could have happened to this club was COVID because they see how everyone sat in their house and was controlled and doing this and that. Yeah. And then the first game should have been a protest. Yeah. And do you remember the Super League? Everyone came out of COVID, went down the Emirates, 5.5K outside the Emirates, fucking protesting. Yeah. All of a sudden, I can watch Sky Sports in Spain, which I can't unless it was a protest or it's some rainbow shit. Yeah. And all of a sudden, oh, we're not in the Super League anymore. We withdrew from that. So the first game back, oh, look at me. I'm back at my second home. Yeah, first game back with a full attendance. It was Chelsea at home. Yeah, they should have been outside protesting. Yeah, protesting. We have allowed Eddie Nketiah to score 4 goals or 5 goals that took us from 4th to 5th and gave him 100 grand a week. We gave Reece Nelson 5 million signing on 100 grand a week. We bought fucking player after player for shit ton of money and sold them for peanuts or ripped contracts up. Yeah, every single one of them should be sacked. The whole lot of them.
And this is sorry, Matty. Go on.
No, I was just gonna say, look at those numbers we looked at today, Lee. That payroll we looked at today.
I was glimpsing that. I was just going to go on to that. I think our average payroll, you were saying, is over 100 grand a week.
Yep, the average player at Arsenal is on 137 grand a week. We've got 4 players under 100 grand. 4 players under 100 grand. The rest are all over 100 grand. Yeah, when Edison, multiple fucking title and trophy and champion and treble winner, 100 grand a week.
Unbelievable.
Tommy Asu's on more than that.
Unbelievable.
Calafiori's on more than that, yeah? Fucking 150 grand a week for that politician at left back who keeps crying about the war in Ukraine. We'll go and fight it then, mate.
But look,
he don't even fight on the pitch.
Look at the players we have signed under this man. I mean, and I don't care. Fans will come on and say it's the ball, it's not the manager, it's the ball. Listen, Edu and Arteta are like that. Whatever player was agreed, they both agreed on. Let's be honest, right? Look at the players we have had recently, and look at the signings that we have had. They would not be good enough to make a Man City team, a Liverpool team, and even a Man United team, as bad as they are now. Them signings wouldn't even get in that team.
Mate, let me ask you this, and let's upset everybody watching. There's 1,100 people in here, yeah? And I swear, mate, this is the best debut I think anyone has ever had on this channel, by the way. Like, real talk. Yeah. And this is why I love this community that we've
I'll
built.
probably get lynched when I go to Arsenal now. You watch it.
Yeah, you fucking went on that League Gunners channel. He's a fucking wrong un, yeah? Tell him piss off. Yeah. I get told all the time, you come to a game, you'll get weighed in. It's like, yeah, all right, mate. Yeah, good one. Yeah, by you. Real talk. Yeah, but 1,100 people here. Firstly, smash the likes up. Sub to Matty, sub to Jez. DJB ain't got a channel. We can maybe sort that later. Yeah. Yeah. But real talk, yeah. You're spitting absolute facts. Yeah. And I want to ask you this question as well, right? So 50 years supporting Arsenal. Yeah. Obviously, you've seen dark times, the 70s, so on and so forth. 74, we nearly got relegated. Yeah, you've seen us like get cup finals and lose. Like you've seen us lose loads of cup finals in multiple competitions. Yeah. You've seen us win a lot of stuff. You've seen the double in 71, the first double we did. Yeah. Where do you rank this manager? Because we've had a lot of shit managers and we've had a lot of decent managers, but not great managers. And then we've had a couple of great managers or 3 or 4 great managers. Where do you rank him? Is he worse than Terry Neal?
I think he's on par.
And Terry Neal got to how many finals?
You know, I think he could even be worse.
3 in a row. Was it 3 in a row?
He could even be worse.
Or 3 and 4? Sound like that when he says.
When you think of the players that Terry Neal had compared to the players that this guy's had, I think he could be worse than Terry Neal.
Where do you rank Unai Emery?
Don't forget, I'm sorry to interrupt you there. Terry Neal got the 3 consecutive FA Cup finals, and he was in a Cup Winners' Cup.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think he could be worse than Terry Neal. Where do I rate Unai Emery? He's record again. Records speak. Unai Emery in Europe, which I'm concerned about. Unai Emery in Europe makes things happen. He gets to finals. He wins finals. He gets the best out of what he's got. Look how Aston Villa play. And I'll tell you now, and you know, you might be able to come watch this back, but don't be surprised if Villa don't finish above us this season.
No,
I can see Villa finishing above us this season.
Yeah.
I can see them lot down the road at the moment finishing above us this season. And if Man United get their act together and go on a run, as bad as they are with this new manager, they could finish above us. We could find ourselves finishing 8th this season.
Lee? Didn't I
mate,
tell you
told me this at pre-season before the season started, mate. You said, "Yo, we could finish 6 to 8."
And I'll tell you another thing, because I'm surrounded by West Ham fans, and they're still hurt that Declan Rice went to Arsenal, and that's why they hate Arsenal. They just can't get it out of their system.
Declan Irish,
right? But but at the end of the day, West Ham at the moment are in the mud. But I'll tell you who you can rely on when we go there in a couple of at the end of November. If you want a team to play when you are in the mud and you're not playing well, get the Arsenal out there. Get us down there. Get this Arteta down there. Get Arteta ball down there. He'll turn you around. He'll give you a lift, like we done Newcastle.
Yeah, I mean, they was 5 in a row or something like that. Like, you know,
yeah. couldn't buy 3 points. Suddenly we rock up. They look like Barcelona.
Yeah, especially in the second half.
This is what I'm saying.
Same as Southampton in the 8-point season, where we were 8 points clear. Same as Southampton.
10-man football.
We let Theo Walcott come back to our ground and fucking score against us.
Do you know what, Lee? I thought honestly, I know we beat Leicester and Southampton this season, but I'm telling you now, I was like this. There is not one team that Arsenal play, and I said this to Jez a little bit earlier, there's not one team that Arsenal play where I'm thinking 3 points nailed on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We go to Bournemouth, and I said to my 2 boys, I don't fancy this today. Oh, come on, it's only Bournemouth.
Yeah, see? It's only Bournemouth.
I don't fancy this today. Every team we play, I got Southampton. If we was playing Southampton away Saturday, I'd be going, I'm not sure. I don't know. But You go on the other channels, it's like, oh, Southampton, yeah, we'll get 3 points there, and we'll get 3 points there. And what confidence do you have to think that we can just rock up at the grounds and all these stadiums and all these teams with this manager and this setup thinking guaranteed 3 points?
Lee, I swear,
Matty, when we play Southampton, when we play, even Ipswich away at the moment, as bad as these teams, no disrespects to them, I'm still not confident.
Remember Huddersfield Town last year?
Yeah.
Luton Town.
Luton, yeah. Declan Rice, 97th minute.
Yeah. And everybody was like, oh, yeah, we've done it. Me, you, Kenny.
You, and Oliver sat on that watch along. We were like, lucky fuckers didn't deserve nothing out of that game.
This is someone like me and Jez and a lot of the older supporters that go over to Arsenal. This is someone that's been watching them for years. I want a team like I had with the Invincibles, where I'd go, who are we playing this week?
Yeah,
we'll
3
3
points. Yeah. Mate, you were going, we'll be 3-0 up in 22 minutes. It's like, yo, get the cigars out.
Yeah, who are we playing this week? We'll smash them. Every Friday night or Saturday night before a game, I can't sleep of a night.
Hey, back in the Invincible era, you're looking at
I can't sleep.
Hey, Lee, we scored a goal. You start seeing people in newspapers.
Yeah, we're sitting in the crowd with the newspaper and the sandwiches. Yeah, I was at the game where we equalled Nottingham Forest 42. The 5-3 against Forest. I was at that game.
Yeah.
So we called a 42. Yeah, the Highbury Screamer. All of that, yeah. Right. Yeah. And we were 3-1 down. I don't know what the fuck Ian's Lane was doing when Kadru smashed that, yeah. But you weren't, you could hear a pin drop, but you just knew we were coming back.
You did.
You just knew it. We brought fucking Reyes on. I think Bergkamp was on the bench. And it was Pires, Reyes, Lundberg. We had ballers.
Lee, and do you know what they all say now? Oh, the Premiership's a lot tougher. It's a lot harder. Do you know what? I wish I was playing football nowadays, because you can't touch it, you can't tackle. It's a lot easier to play football nowadays.
Mate, me and Matty sat there the other day.
The ball around, slow, and people say, "Oh, they play too many games." Yeah, they're not running 100 mile an hour. They've got all the time in the world.
They're on carpets. Me and Matty sat there the other week, on a show, and I do this all the time on my other channel, and I go. Yeah, people say, oh, but it's impossible to topple Pep. The points tally is 90 points now, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's because all the shit teams are shit. Whereas back in the day, you had Darren Huckabee at Norwich, Bolton with JJ Okocha, Djorkaeff and all the Mandem. Yeah, even Campo. Yeah.
The Borough team.
Yeah, the Borough team, Ravanelli, Janino. Yeah. The Chelsea team had fucking Ruud Gullit and fucking Vialli, RIP team. Yeah. Every single team had a baller. Every single team, even fucking QPR, Portsmouth, with Harry Redknapp. They're the last. He's the last English manager to win an FA Cup.
Exactly.
Yeah, 2008.
Exactly.
Yeah, Letitia at Southampton single-handedly kept fucking Southampton up. Yeah, these teams now they don't care. They're about that.
My point is to you gents is being an Arsenal fan. I want to be in a position where I look at the fixtures and go, we're burying them. We're winning now. I cannot guarantee you 3 points no matter who we play.
Nope.
Facts.
If we was playing Ipswich Saturday, I could not sit here and say 3 points.
Nope.
Jez, we did it yesterday.
Because I don't know what tactics he's going to play. And I've got no faith that if Ipswich got stuck in and teams like that get stuck into us and make things awkward, I'm not sure he's got the nous to figure it out how to beat them.
He ain't.
That's what.
When we go on, mate. Sorry. Go on.
No. I'll just say this quickly. I just feel like that's what concerns me in this Carabao Cup. Yeah, you look on paper like we're supposed to beat Palace, but you know what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen because it's a game that you got to win. So you know you got to win.
Penalties. It's that moment. That's going to penalties. We ain't honestly.
Eddie and Ketia against Palace. Eddie and Ketia are turning into fucking prime R9.
Yeah. And these people disrespecting the Carabao Cup, right?
Tell them, please. Please tell them, because these fucking idiots.
Honestly, these people disrespect. I need trophy. I need silverware. I need a day out at Wembley. I need a trophy. I need something to lift the cup. Jurgen Klopp has said, out of all the trophies he's won, that cup when he beat Chelsea with them kids and everything else, when he beat Chelsea, it's one of the best cups he's ever won.
Jose's first trophy was the League Cup. Pep won
This is Jurgen Klopp. When he beat Chelsea and he won that League Cup, he said it's one of the best moments of his career.
Yeah.
And yet we've got Arsenal fans disrespecting it and saying, no, it's only the Carabao. I'll tell you what then, bin the Carabao Cup, go and get me the Champions League.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if we're going to dismiss it like that, then why does anyone even turn up and watch it? Yeah,
why
do we even enter it? Yeah, Champions League.
Because if someone said to me, what cup would you rather win? As I said to you before, I've seen them win all the other cups. I want Champions League. We're millions. We're a million. At the moment, we're miles away of winning the Premiership. We're a million miles away from winning the Champions League. So how can you disrespect the Carabao Cup? Because it's the only silverware we've got a chance of winning.
DJ, you know what's even crazy about this is that for years we were sold. Oh well, we've got to qualify so we can get back in the Champions League. Then you get back into the Champions League, you don't do a damn thing about it.
Yeah, get better players. World-class players. How many world-class players do we have? None.
Exactly. If you look at that Champions League, you've got the green section, the blue section, and like the
bottom section. Yeah,
we are not getting out of that blue. Honestly, that blue section. Watch how we play Wednesday. You watch Wednesday night. Watch that.
We got Sporting Lisbon after that.
Yeah.
The next two games in the Champions League are fucking Inter away and Sporting away.
Watch that.
Yeah, we're finished. Yeah, we still got Girona away.
Monaco.
Yeah, they fell off a cliff. Monaco at home. Yeah. Oh, and we got the team that fucking Bayern slapped 9 past. Yeah, I guarantee we don't slap 9 past them.
I said to Matty earlier on his brilliant channel, I said to Matty earlier, if you're deluded if you think we're not going into a playoff on that Champions League.
Mm.
And we'll be put out of that too, by the way.
We'll probably end up with Bratislava or someone and lose on fucking penalties. And then it'd be, we can focus on the league. Yeah, then that'll all fall apart. And then it'll be, the League Cup. And then they'll make out the League Cup's the greatest thing since sliced bread.
And again, nothing will give me more joy than seeing Arsenal. Honestly, it's not about being negative. It's about staying silent, watching what's going on, not jumping on channels, not, just watching, observing over the years, year in, year out, looking at the signings, looking at the way we play, looking at what ambitions we've got. And all of this is years and years and years of frustration. And that's why I've suddenly come out and gone, watching your channel, Lee, coming out and thinking, I've got to try and find a way to get on there because what they've been saying is what I've been observing for years.
Yeah. And you're touching 60?
Yeah.
You're touching 60 years old.
58 in January, and I've been watching it.
Same as John. One of my best pals, Jay, his old man John, has been going for 53 years, season ticket holder. Yeah. He's in his 60s. He's had a fucking enough, mate. Yeah. And people just think we're crazy. This negative channel. No, we're the alternative to all the PR and the crap. Yeah. Because Jez grew up right opposite the East Stand. Yeah. Yeah. His granddad was going in Chapman era. Yeah. Matty's coached. Matty's been watching Arsenal. Matty, bruv, I swear down there, Americans get a bad rep here. You know this, yeah? This Yank don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, Matty, I swear down there, nobody cusses you off in my chat. Nope. Yeah, they're like, Matty's spitting facts. Yeah, and you're funny.
It's superb. And as I said, and it's a shame because there are other channels that I have sort of looked at and stuff like that, and there are people on there that I kind of like and take the view. I mean, you go across to the other chat, I've listened to Turkish and that today and all that. He knows, he's Turkish is sound. He spit out a lot of facts. He knows he knows it's a poor window. He said the league's gone, and I listen to these others and I can't. Why aren't you're doing the team? You do what I'm trying to, as I said to you right at the beginning. You're not doing the team any favours by going along with it. You're not doing it. You're not doing. It's like being a teacher in a school and the child messing around. And when you turn up at the parents' evening, you say, and the parent go, "Is everything all right?" And you smoke screen it and you go, "Yeah, he's fine. He's getting on fine, and he's doing this and he's doing that." You're not doing that kid any favours by not telling the truth because you can't fix the problem. And it's the same with his club. if you're putting everything, if you're shoving everything under the carpet, you're not improving it.
But this is what this fan base does, yeah, and this is why the Cronkies are just sitting there rubbing their hands together. Yeah, when Man City lost at the weekend after we lost, you got all these top accounts all over social media going, "Is yours gold? Is yours gold?" What would you rather, DJB? Yeah, what would you rather? Would you rather a treble, yeah, or a gold trophy? No, real talk. Because as soon as they lost the other day, after we lost to Newcastle again, after having one shot in 2 years away at their ground, what would you rather, a treble or a gold trophy? I don't give a shit about a gold trophy.
Honestly,
it's great, but I think the 2002 season was better, obviously, and the 98 season was better. The 91 season was insane, yeah. And if the three of the back four weren't fucked and Adams in jail, I think we would have fucking gone invincible under George Graham.
Of course we would have.
Yeah, but the disrespect for George Graham. Oh, he went Tottenham. And fucking what? He didn't leave. He got sacked and went Leeds, then went Tottenham.
Exactly.
Yeah, but they're happy to take Sol Campbell. Yeah, and that's why I get the ump with it. It's like, it's literally like the mentality of these fans is like 5-year-olds.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, mum, Billy's nicked my jelly. Yeah, he's nicked my jelly, mum. All right, behave, Emily, behave.
Yeah.
No, but mum, he's nicked my jelly. Yeah, fuck off, man. Like, what are we doing here? Like, how about say it as it is? But this is the club we're at now. This is not the club any of us four and a lot of the chat that support Arsenal supported. This ain't the club. You guys are a bit older than me and Matty, yeah? So you've lived it, you grew up in the area, yeah? Like, and Kenny as well. You felt it. You see the players walking out the ground. They talk to you.
Yep.
It's tough.
Yeah?
It's tough.
They're fucking headphones on like me with my earmuffs. They're fucking pretending they're on the phone.
Yeah.
They don't want to look at you, mate.
I mean, you got other fans now. You got other fans, the young fans, and from other football clubs. They look at Arsenal as if we're just like a mediocre team. They don't look at us as a big club.
Not on YouTube. They're all sucking Arsenal off saying we're scary.
Yeah,
we're amazing, apparently. Like, we've got Tottenham fans making out we're amazing, mate.
I mean, and you say, oh, yeah, but you're not a big club, are you? Well, yeah, because like of our history and what we've won. Yeah, but you're not. And to them, because they've not seen it and they've not witnessed it and they don't understand it, we're just a normal club. And this is and this is what I'm saying. I just had enough of this kind of it's just crazy. It really is. And the manager, I think, was under pressure this season. And if he don't deliver, if he's still here next season, I'll be very much surprised. I'll be shocked. I'll be shocked.
I said that earlier. But
I told Lee earlier, I said he'll walk away. He'll walk away from this job.
I'll be shocked.
Because
I'll be absolutely shocked if we end up 7th or 8th with no silverware, worse than what we were last season. I'll be very shocked if this manager's here next year.
I agree with you. I said to you, Edu's left, gone. He's a rat that's left the sinking ship. Right. I actually said this, mate. I wouldn't be at all surprised if we finish outside of the top 4. We end up 5th, 6th, 7th. Right?
No.
If we do that, then I'll have to sit here and say that Arteta, do the decent thing and fucking fall in your sword. Because at the end of the day, walk.
Yeah.
Do the decent thing.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you've failed. You've had everything you could. You're like a petulant child. You've had everything given to you, and you've failed.
Yeah.
But
absolutely, Jez.
Will he do it, man? Will he do it? Because
no. I saw and is there anyone with any nous at the club that would turn around and go, sorry, but we failed? Look at Man United. This guy, Ten Hag, right? He won 2 cups.
Yeah.
They give him another contract, so they've given him more time. Okay, so they've said to him, okay, we'll see. You're talking the talk. You think you can turn it round. You think you got the players on side. No. They've acted. Bang. Gone.
Mm.
because they know Man United is one of the, Man United, whether we like it or not, are the biggest club. They've got the most fan base around the world. They're the biggest club in the world. They're alongside Madrid. They are massive. And this club has acted. The guys won 2 cups, more than Arteta. Yeah. And they've not tolerated it. They've gone, bang, see you later, you're gone, you're sacked.
He's been to 3 times more finals than Arteta.
It's like Nuandinho in the chat there, 15 million a year, Jez, he won't walk. Well, when you start getting a fucking knife in your back and the club is saying you need to walk back.
When the fans start turning at the ground, we see this with Wenger. I was at the game where we lost the League Cup final. 4 days later, we played Man City again. There was 20,000 fans there. There was a geezer stood in front of me, fucking hated me, that guy, old boy. Yeah. And David Silva put the second in after 20 minutes, and he went, I've had a fucking enough of this. I went, no, where you going, mate? Where you going? Yeah, he had this little dustman hat on there, little fucking gold. Yeah, he was with his son. He was about 60 odd, the old boy. I said, where you going? Back your manager, mate. Come on, back your manager. I'm staying. Where are you going? Goes, fuck off. Yeah, that was the final nail in Wenger's coffin, because literally a couple of days or a week later, he announced he was leaving. He weren't leaving. He got told, piss off, or you're getting sacked. Yeah, and we don't want to sack you, Arsene, because of what you've done for the club.
It's walk the plank. It's walk the plank. Yep. If you.
But the fans are just happy to be there, Jez. They're just happy to be there. Oh, look at me, I'm on the day out. They don't give a fuck about the result. They're there to meet up with mates. It's a social gathering.
I'm talking about the manager. When you start getting the prod in the back from the management, right, to say,
which
look,
it won't.
It ain't working now. It ain't working. Yeah. It's if you walk out the door honourably, and we'll give you the best of the best, like Wenger did. Yeah, because that's what happened with him. Yeah,
but Jez, that only happens when you start finishing outside the top 4, because that's all these fucking cronkies give a shit about.
In your absence, I said that.
Sorry, mate.
I said if we end up 6th, 7th, right?
Yeah.
8th, yeah. He's going to get that little spike in the back saying, whoa, come on, mate. You've had all this money and you ain't done the deal. You failed. Right? Time to go.
Mm.
And when you got that people behind you suddenly going, mate, come on. You ain't doing it.
He looks lost every time. Every time we're losing a game, he looks lost. Go on, mate.
This football club, these fans will wake up. If Tottenham finishes above us, either Liverpool has better success than us this year.
Imagine Slot wins the fucking league.
They'll snap right out of it just like that. And they'll say, well, wait a minute, whoa. We've been told 5 years this is a project. We got to be patient and all this stuff and all this malarkey that we've been sold over the last 4 or 5 years. And then they'll look up and go, well, how do they do it in such less time? You know, I'm telling you, man. If Tottenham miss right, even if they get the Carabao Cup, if they even just snip it, the Carabao Cup, this fan base will go ballistic. Just watch.
No. Do you know what they'll do? They go, well, it's only 1 in 17 years. Yeah, we don't want that shit cup. Yeah, that's what they'll do.
Won't put it past.
That's what they'll do. But listen, we are going to wrap this up, guys.
Yeah.
Go on, Jez. Go on.
I've got a question. Because DJ will remember this. He will remember this. Right? When Terry Neal was coming to the end of his day, right? You remember the protests, right?
Yeah.
Over 7,000 fans going up to Islington Town Hall, right, to get him out. Yeah. And the club had to act because it was a damn near a bloody riot that night.
My uncle went up there and everything. I remember it well. Club was rotten.
I was there with my granddad, and it was get him out. Yeah, and it was all the police were there, mounted police, all of that shit going down the road. Yeah, and we were walking back down, to Gillespie Road outside the fucking North Bank, and it was going mental. The club, within a week, reacted and said Terry Neal sacked.
Yeah, you won't get that now with this guy.
No, you won't. No, I know that.
Because you won't get 7,000 people marching down the town hall.
You won't get that. You won't get now with this guy. I'll tell you what. This is the sort of club that will finish 7th and 8th. Yeah, and we'll bring out a Europa League or a Conference League bloody kit or something. Yeah, nice bit of merch or something, you know, with Conference Cup winners on it.
Trust the process merch.
Yeah.
If they told us what the process is, we might consider trusting.
We'll have the Conference League winners or something like that. That's to me as an Arsenal fan, that'd be an embarrassment. I mean, I'd even take that now. That's how low I've gone now. That's how low I've actually.
DJ, look at last season, right? They were peddling out on their fucking official website on this day in the Invincibles, and they were going back to the exact date from 20 years ago when this lot actually achieved greatness. They're going, well, on this date, Thierry Henry scored against Blackburn and we won. Yeah. And it's like, are you taking a fucking piss? Yeah, you're celebrating 20 years of failure.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and people lap it up. Put Invincible and Retro, or Bruised Banana, they lap it up.
I know. Just to leave you guys, because I want to just say to you, thank you for giving me the opportunity. As I said, I'm new to all this and all the technology and everything, but thank you very much, Matty and Jez and Lee and all the people that have been watching. Wonderful. It's been wonderful. But what I want to say to you is this. As I said, I'm like Kenny Ken. I'll go to the match. I can't help it. I have to go. You know, it's just born in me. It's in my blood. I have to go. But I sit there, and as I said to you before, I used to sit there, and when a substitution was made, I'd get off my seat. I'd be excited. There's no players now at the moment. And again, whether it's the players or whether it's the way they're being coached, I don't want to rip into the players too much, but I don't know. But there's no one there at the moment where I'll go, oh, yeah, that's it. There's no Henrys. There's no Perez's. There's no Freddie Ljungbergs. There's no one.
There's no Edus. Edu was half decent.
Edu. You know, there's no one there that's getting me out my seat and going, yeah, come on in. We're 1-0 down. We're going to turn this round. As I said, I go into every game not confident. And that can be Ipswich. That can be Southampton. That can be Brighton. That can be Leicester. Even Preston last week. I was nervous.
Sound like Lee.
That's what I said. I said it wouldn't surprise me if we threw it.
Even Preston last week, I couldn't sleep the night before because I'm thinking, do you know what? It'll be typical Arsenal to go out. It'll be typical Arsenal.
Yeah, lose on pens or something.
Banter FC, I'm dreading it.
Yeah, but they were Invincibles. They were Invincibles in 1889. So come on, mate.
It was the Invincible Derby, wasn't it?
Yeah. But you understand what I'm saying. As I said to you, and
you're not excited about Raheem Sterling coming off the bench?
Oh, I never rated Raheem Sterling when he was in his pomp. People calling him world class, and we brandish this name world class. To me, world class is Maradona, Zidane, Henry.
He sounds like my dad. You sound so much like my dad.
Yeah.
My dad says Zidane's the best player he's ever seen.
We brandish this. You hear it on the media. You hear it on this Talk Sport and everything. Oh yeah, and you hear all these ex-crap football players that are on Talk Sport that wouldn't get even in the first team of any top 6 club. You know,
Jamie O'Hara,
like Cundy and people like that wouldn't even make the Preston team. Do you know what I mean? Right? You hear these world class. He's world class. Bellingham, world class. Bellingham's a good player, but Bellingham ain't world class.
No.
When you've been brought up watching Zidane, Zola, Pirlo,
Zola, you heard
Maldini,
Cantona,
Henry,
Bergkamp.
Yeah, Maradona, Cruyff, Georgie Best,
Stojakovic.
Stojkovic, fucking Hadji. Yeah, ballers.
Yeah, when you've been brought up watching them sort of players, Messi, Platini, they're all coming out.
Even Hoddle.
Glenn Hoddle. And I'll tell you
Keegan.
And I'll tell you one. And if anyone says that Bellingham is better than Paul Gascoigne, go and watch YouTube.
Jog on. Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you know what? You say everything I say, right? Because people think I'm a fucking alien, mate, with 5 heads, right? Because I sit there, like my old man's 66 now, right? And he changes his mind all the time. He always says George Best. Yeah. Or then he'll go, Zidane. My old man stopped watching football proper. Like when Zidane went from Juve to Real Madrid, he said 50 million for a player. fuck that shit. Yeah, game's done. That was 2000.
Yeah.
24 years later, I said to him when he was here in May, I said, who's the best player you've ever seen? And he changed his mind all the time, but he went, Zidane.
Yeah.
I was like, but that's the reason you stopped watching football. And he did stop watching football. My old man's Millwall.
When you hear people say, "Oh yes, Saka's world class. This is world class. That's world class," they use world class. Haaland ain't even world class.
Thank you.
He's a fantastic goal scorer, but he's not world class. Go and watch someone that is world class with the players that have just been mentioned and what the listeners have just put up, Platinis and all of that. That is world class, not the players of today. And Arsenal ain't had a world class player since. Well, Dennis Bergkamp to me was one of the best players I've ever seen.
Do you think he's better than us? Do you think he's the best player we've had?
Alexis
I
Sanchez.
don't know. Liam, I mean, Jezel might back me on this, but Liam Brady
yeah.
was one of the best players I ever saw at Arsenal.
Absolutely.
That geezer in his prime, Liam Brady, was just something else.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bergkamp, Henry, but I thought Robert Pires was one of the most underrated players as well that we'd ever had. I thought.
Do you remember? I don't know if you were probably at the game. You were probably there, man. 23rd December, right?
Yeah, the five.
Spurs.
Down the Spurs. And
when he killed it in.
Yeah, I mean the whole that was right in front of all of us.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean,
but Jez, I'll trump that. I'll trump that FA Cup against Man United when we were 2-0 and cruising, and United pulled it back to 2-2, and Brady went on that mazy run and flicked a nice little pass out of Graham Ricks. Yeah.
You two need to swap numbers, I swear.
This is great.
I've just been sat here like this is history lessons.
Alan Sunderland, Frank Stapleton, I think you could have bought them with a box of Quality Street, and look how good they were.
Exactly, mate.
Better than any shit we're watching now.
I'll tell you what, I'd take Frank Stapleton and Alan Sunderland now and put him up front in his pomp, in his day, than Havertz and anyone out there. Telling you.
Yeah, they'd still do a job. That's for sure.
They do a better job than these.
But I'll tell you what, if you was, I'm going to finish up now, but if you was to ask me who's the best players I've seen, I've never seen a better defender and fullback than Maldini ever.
Oh, we got the next Maldini, mate. Calafiori.
Hello, Maldini. If you any kids in the chat want to watch a defender, go and watch Paolo Maldini. And to me, Maradona was just unbelievable. If you watch Maradona, what he could do, it was just incredible. He was incredible, absolutely incredible.
I see Maradona when he was charlied off his nut in '94.
Yeah.
Yeah.
DJ, who's the best manager of all time?
Best manager of all time. Oh, wow. Oh, well, Arsenal manager.
No, overall, general.
Oh, there's. I mean,
because you've lived through fucking Fergie era. Yeah, you've lived through the whole Liverpool era.
Fergie wants some beating. Fergie wants some. I've got to be honest. Fergie does want some beating because again, that Man United team, they were good. They were good players, but they weren't. He just got. I mean, look at Gary Neville and people like they weren't like world beaters.
Beckham,
what he done
Gary
with
Neville,
them was incredible.
Nicky Butt, Phil Neville.
Paul Scholes was one of the most underrated.
Yeah, we talked about it the other night, Lee. We talked about that the other night.
I don't think we're fucking crazy, Matty. Yeah, I swear down.
The other night. Look at this. Look at
Paul Scholes was one of the most underrated players that I've ever seen. I've just seen it come up. Brian Clough. I was just about to say Brian Clough. Brian Clough, the great Bob Paisley's, all of them sort of managers. But Brian Clough, what he done with Nottingham Forest will never, ever be replicated again. Ever.
And then he went to Derby and got them to a fucking European final.
Brian Clough was just unbelievable. No messing. Says it was.
He was Fergie. He was Mourinho before Mourinho. He was Mourinho on crack. Literally, he was like...
Yeah.
People don't know this because they don't educate themselves in it, DJ.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is what pisses me off. Yeah. And not only that, that's cool. They're not going to educate themselves. Now, understand it. Fast moving life, social media, 100 miles an hour, likes, tweets, blah, 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 views and all that. But the club don't educate these people on that.
No.
Yeah. None of these clubs educate them. They just post out happy birthday, Sambi Likonga.
Yeah.
Like, who gives a fuck? Yeah.
Yeah.
How about educate our fan base that you've got hundreds of millions of people all over the socials, educate them on who, our players are. Educate them on the players that we've had. Yeah, they don't do that, bro.
No.
And that's what winds me up because that ain't going to get them a pound note.
Jess, how good was that Forest team when they used to come?
Trevor
Arsenal,
Francis and that,
John Robertson, all them sort of players.
When you were like back in the Cloughie days of Forest, man, you know, you'd be at the grounds, you'd be getting to the grounds, and you'd think, we got Forest today. Yeah, well, we'll see how it goes, shall we? There's no we're going to bash him up. No, nothing like that. It was like, well, we'll see how we get on. And quite often they'd kick the shit out.
And we had Tony Woodcock, another player, another striker. As I said to Matty in his channel earlier on, I've been brought up with strikers over at Arsenal.
Yeah.
I can't get my head around we haven't got one.
As long as I watch Arsenal,
we'll get my head on it.
Long as I've watched Arsenal, gentlemen, I've always known us to go forward. You know, we'll go down with the shit. We'll go forward. We'll look good. But we never had a problem scoring. That was never a problem.
No, Matty, all I can say to you, whether we all got players that we rate and what we don't rate, and all, whether you liked all of Arsenal strikers over the years, whether you rated them Adebayor or not, we always had a striker.
Yeah,
I've never known us 2 seasons running knocking on the door of one of the best football teams that's been around for generations, Man City, knocking on their door and going 2 seasons without a striker. I just can't get my head around it.
Even back
you can't gloss it.
Back in the day, right? Facts. Yeah, one of the best strikers I've ever seen at Arsenal, way before many people in this chat would even know, John Radford. Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm McDonald as well.
Yeah.
McDonald. Do you know the story, lads, where we signed him for 333.334?
Yeah. Malcolm McDonald, it can go on, and then you had and as I said, you had Ian Wright, you know, we got from Palace. Look at him, absolute.
It is, and that was back then the equivalent for anyone who don't know. That was the equivalent of Jamie Vardy now. A late bloomer. Didn't get his chance till late. Scored. I think he scored in the cup final against United twice, didn't he, for Palace?
Yeah.
Then we signed him. Yeah, and he was from the area. Yeah, black guy from the area. It was like, yo, we're signing this guy. Yeah, this guy was never going to make it. He's a black guy. No. Like, back then, racismo was mad.
Yeah.
People go on about Haaland, and you know you can't knock him. He's a goal scorer. He scores goals and everything else. But again, I've watched Ian Wright. I've watched Emery. I've watched players like this, you know, and I look at
Eduardo
Haaland.
was cold. Eduardo was sick. Van Persie was sick.
He's a good player, but he's a good player because he's playing for Man City.
But he's not a good player. He just knows where the net is.
Exactly.
Yeah, he just knows where the net is, and he's a big lad.
That's all you need. That's all you need.
He utilizes his genetics.
And as I said, all these players that we've signed, I cannot believe that we're going into another season again. You know, with all these so-called intelligent people, Edu and everyone like that, I cannot believe that we have not got an out striker.
Even KC, Kevin Campbell, RIP KC, man. What a nice guy that was. I've met him before. Lovely guy. Man. I've had him on the show before. But even Clive Allen. We got rid of Clive Allen. He went to Spurs and fucking slapped it. Didn't we buy Kenny Sampson? Didn't we swap it for Kenny Sampson? Was that the deal?
Yeah.
Was that it? Yeah, we went. Was that it? I don't know. I can't remember. Yeah, Kenny Sampson was somewhere involved in that deal.
But see, the thing is, though, as I said, it's going round and round again. You watch in the summer 2020. You watch next summer. Just watch what happens. Watch the players that we sell for cheap. Watch the players that we bomb out. Watch what we do with Emery. Watch what happens to him. Watch his progress in this club under this manager. Watch his progress.
You need to be running for the door.
Yeah,
Watch his progress. Yeah.
Listen, we're gonna wrap this up, guys.
Cheers, guys.
Mate, I swear, DJ, I could speak to you for hours, bro. I swear down. Yeah, we've done an hour and 40, and it's flown past like 5 minutes. Yeah, my
Cheers,
chat have
guys.
loved you. There's still
Cheers.
1,000 people here.
Top man.
Yeah.
Cheers, top man.
Have you got any social media you want to shout out? Good luck down the Emirates
No,
next
I've got
time.
no.
Like say,
I've got no.
say listen, you've been on that negative channel. You're not one of us. They're going to kick off
No,
on you.
listen, I've got no socials, and if anyone sees me at Arsenal, come and say hello, whatever. You know, as I said, I'm just here to give I'm just here from an observer that I've witnessed, and I've had to get it off my chest. You know, it's not me being negative; it's just stating facts. Whether you agree with it or whether you don't, they're the facts. And the facts are, at the moment, when we all go to bed, when we wake up tomorrow, we are no nearer to a Champions League title or a Premiership title than we were 10 years ago.
I'll tell you what, DJ. I'll tell you what, mate. I've got a great idea here, right? I'll get you on my channel, and we'll call it the old Moaning Gits.
Yeah.
you need to pattern that on a t-shirt so you can both wear the merch.
Wife can make much. She doesn't make some. The old Moaning Gits. You know what I mean?
Listen. Real talk. There. Bless up for rolling through.
Right. Well, you got my email, Lee.
Yeah, I'll send you my phone number, man. We'll
email me and everything. Matty, it was a pleasure to come earlier.
Lee can send my information your way.
Yeah, honestly, you're all top men, and thanks for everyone watching as well. They've been awesome, and on the whole, most of the fan base are top people. Unfortunately, you've got that fan base that unfortunately is not seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. And while that
most of them are kids online, mate. Most of them are kids
whilst
online.
Whilst that continues, the club will not improve, because as far as the club's concerned, they listen to fans like that and they think there's not a problem.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
it is what it is. Matty, bless up, man. I know mate. I text you. I don't know what time it was your time. What you got to shout out your channel, mate?
Hey, bro. First, I just want to say this was absolutely a joy, man. I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed this, man. And it was so funny, man, because when me and Lee talked this morning, he was asking about DJ, and I said, "Yeah, he just popped in, man." I said, "But you know what, man?" I said, "Him and Jazz would just go." They were
He goes, I just kicked back. He goes, "This guy's saying everything. I'm just gonna let him go." Yeah. I was like, "I need to get this guy on my channel, man." And then you popped up in my chat.
Do you know what? I'm sweating, and I was full of nerves coming on here. I was sweating and nervous more than watching Arsenal every week.
Don't worry, man. We got Inter on Wednesday. Good luck.
I'm fine. Oh, Inter Wednesday. That's good. You know what?
And that's what I got with you on Wednesday, Lee. We'll be back together on Wednesday, man, and trying to see what can we do there. But it's gonna be rough.
Just one more thing before you go. I know exactly how the game's going to pan out within the first 5 minutes of watching Arsenal.
Yeah.
As soon as Arsenal kick off, within the first 10 minutes, I know whether I've got to hide behind the sofa or not.
Matty, we say this every we say this. First 10 minutes, you know whether we're winning or not.
I know, and you watch against Inter Milan, it will be tappy, sideways, pass. Matty showed a diagram earlier on, and straight away I spotted the gap right down the middle. What
did I say on the podcast earlier, Matty? I said this is why we are so easy to fucking counter-attack. They go straight down the middle.
There was green, nothing in the middle. And Milan, I tell you now, if we score first, it's everyone retreat. You watch, and if they score, we ain't gonna. There we go. There it is.
We're the Arsenal packet of
that is. I'll tell you what. I'm going to get that on cam. I'm going to get a poster of that.
But look at these three things up here. Yeah, right in the 6-yard box. That was all in the last couple of minutes. That was all in the last couple of minutes. Yeah.
Look at this. Look at this area. Look at this. Look at the area in the middle there where the D is. Look at
everything's sideways.
Where's your striker there? Where's your striker running through there?
Our striker's on the wing. It's embarrassing, isn't it? It is embarrassing.
And the thing is, right, as I said to you before
earlier on your stream, And I didn't because there was ladies present. If you look at that, yeah, if you look at that, yeah, that's a whore's legs open, wide open, and there's nothing in the middle.
We're literally the fucking red polo. We're the red polo. You packet of polos with no hole. It's a hole in the middle, mate.
But the bottom line is, guys, we're passionate about our football club. We're only doing it because we want to see trophies. We want to see us improve. We want to see it. We're not doing it because we want to upset everyone and just get one over on everyone. We want the best for our club. But the facts are there.
But people don't like facts, mate. They like comforting lies.
Their lies, bro. They love.
They don't like hard facts. Like you've got kids, yeah. You said you share your ticket with the boys and that, yeah.
Yeah,
bro. When you were growing, I don't know how old your kids are, but when your kids were growing up, would you say to them, "Oh, it's okay that you got an E in maths"? No, you clip them around the ear and say, "Do better."
You ain't working hard enough. What are you doing?
Right, sit down. Don't fucking move. We're going to do a maths exam. Yeah. No, it's bullshit. But this era is so soft.
As I said, and we keep going on about the Premiership's the best in the world, and that's all you ever hear. The Premiership's this, the Premiership's that. The Premiership is exciting because of all the foreign players and everything that play in it. If the Premiership was made up of English, British, homegrown players, no one would watch it.
Thank you. Spanish league's clear. Yeah,
bang average.
We get banged every time we play Spanish teams or Portuguese teams. They play you off the park.
Honestly, well, that's why Spain won the Euro. That's why Spain won the Euros.
Last 27 tournaments, yeah. For Champions League, Europa League, World Cup, or Euros, yeah, like the Euros they just won. Champions League, Europa League, World Cup, or Euros. Last 27 finals Spanish teams have got to. They've cleaned up all 27. But apparently, the Premier League's the best in the world. We've seen a 17-year-old boy that was 16 when he started that tournament. He's the best winger in the world. I don't know whether he's that good or whether football's that dead, but he's that good. Like, he's the best player in the world. Like, it's mad. But listen,
and it shows up when our national team plays these teams. When our national team plays these top teams, are out of our depth and clueless we look.
Facts.
Honestly,
facts. Listen, I appreciate you coming on.
Shows up. That is when it shows up. But anyway, guys, love you to leave you. Thank you very much indeed. I've really enjoyed it. It's been absolutely amazing.
You've been amazing, mate. This has been the best debut I think I've ever had for anyone.
Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Jez, before we wrap up, Jez, shout your channel out quick. What you got coming up, Jez?
Arsenal history and more. I'm going to do a match preview. What day are we now? Tuesday for the Inter game. I'm not confident. I have to be honest. I'm not confident at all. And then I've given up doing watch longs. So that ain't happening. And then I'm going to be doing it don't work for me. Don't work for me, mate. I leave that to the likes of you and Matty and others. And then Thursday night, 6:00 is the weekly footy chat show. So if anybody wants to join me on that one, they're more than welcome, Kenny.
I'll have a look, Jez.
Yeah, you jump on, man. You're more than welcome.
Yeah, I'll have a look. As I said, Lee's got my email, so drop.
I'll send you my phone number, mate.
Yeah. You've got my email, Lee. Keep that, and I'll be in touch. And Matty, top man. Jez, top man. Lee, top guy. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you for your time as well, mate. Yeah, and
appreciate it.
Let's upset everyone locked in. This chat's been insane. We're going to redirect to Flawless. Yeah, he's talking about Man United and Liverpool and shit like that. So redirect to Flawless, Lee Raid, and I'm out. Yeah, Cronky out.
Take care, guys. All the best.
Arteta.
There you go, my man.